Hello, everybody! Today we're going to see how I draw Captain Fordo, Phase 2 from Star Wars. Just so you know, there's a coloring book that you can get through Amazon. Just follow the link in my description and you can get a coloring book to show me how you color to how I draw. Okay, pencils first and then Sharpies, if I can hold on to it. If you don't want to watch the pencil portion of the video where I sketch the entire thing out, look in the description and you'll find a link that you can click on that will take you to the Sharpie portion of the video. I'll even include one for color. But for those of you that are going to stick around, I'm going to start off with a quick sketch for myself and get us going. Okay, so this is a request. I know this is very specific, but again, this was requested by Wolf Animations. Am I saying that right? So yeah, filling out some requests, trying to get through some of these. This is one that perplexes me, and I say this a lot about all these requests, or troopers really, is the amount of trooper requests we get. It's crazy. I mean, I'm glad you guys like what you like, but as it not being my thing, it's strange to see how many requests there are to troopers, when to me it's kind of like it feels like just drawing the same thing. Like I already drew one, you know, and then this one just has red this or that, you know. But I know it's not that. I know it's not. So, like I said, it's very naive of me to break it down like that. But again, because I'm not that familiar with it, that's how I kind of look at it. I was like, well, it's crazy that there's so many requests for the same thing over and over again. But again, it's not. I know it's not. So I don't mean to insult your Wolf or anybody else that requests the troopers and things like that. Like I said, it's just me because I don't understand. But I mean, you know, I get it. Everybody likes their own certain thing. So, you know, I'm not going to complain. It gives me something fun to draw. And now that I say it out loud too, this is a perfect example of what else I always talk about, by saying that even if you don't like drawing what it is we're drawing today, give it a shot, because it's good to always get better and practice and try different things, because if you're just drawing the same thing over and over again, you're not going to progress. You want to try to progress and get better. And so I always say draw with us, you know. And so that's what I'm saying with this, is this helps me, because even though it's not my thing, I am doing something new, I am getting better, and I am practicing variety. That's what I was trying to say. I was like, what is the word I want to say here? So by practicing variety, we're practicing different things. And plus it gives me an opportunity to draw a different pose. Because I feel like I've already drawn a trooper here and there and over, it forces me out of my comfort zone. It forces me out of my comfort zone to try to find something different. There you go. That's the trick, is trying to keep you entertained. Because, like I said, there's a part of me that's like, well, I already did this, so how am I going to make it different? I know, even though I didn't do this, I've never drawn one before. But again, I kind of like. I like if I'm negative that I've got to break myself of that negative behavior. You know what I'm trying to say? So I don't mind if I feel like I've done it before, because I got to try to fix it. I got to try to be unique. Okay, so he's got a holster there. This one might not take too long as far as a sketch. That actually worked out pretty well for me. I just got to find the rest of the pose. Here you go. Let's twist this foot this way a little bit. There we go. That worked out better for me. All right. Let's see. That'll work. Okay. So yeah, so sorry if I get quiet. I know I want to try to entertain you all the time. Even though sometimes I'm sure maybe if anybody's watching this, it might get to a point where everybody's like, shut up, quit talking and start drawing. That's what I imagine every single one of you talk like. Shut up. I'm just kidding. I'm not making fun of anyone. I'm just trying to be silly. Trying to make you laugh. I know. Shut up. Alright, that'll work. Let me fix that hand up there. And I think I'm happy with that pose. So, let's see. I want to have him holding a gun. Holding a blaster. I've often said that I don't like drawing guns. Don't really like to promote violence. But I kind of get away with it by saying, well, this is a space gun. You know, this is a blaster. So I kind of get away with doing what I say I'm not going to do by calling it something else. I know, kind of a cheat. But I'm not trying to cheat. Like I said, I'm really trying not to draw guns. Unless it's some kind of a space gun. So I'm not trying to get away with anything, but you know, I'm just explaining myself to anyone who calls me out. Even though nobody watches this, nobody has any idea. Alright, I think I am good with that. Yeah, let's go. Let me erase some of these sketch lines. The trick is, he's got some strange, like, it's weird. Specifically, he wanted phase 2, and there's like less of a shoulder pauldron. What I would think that if you're a warrior, if you're a trooper, you would want more protection over here, but it's like smaller now. Oh well. Not gonna worry about it. Overthinking it. I mean, they play with laser swords, right? So I'm overthinking way too much stuff when there's tons of other things I could be dissecting, you know? Let's see. You guys want to talk about Boba Fett while I'm erasing? Let's talk about Boba Fett real fast. Why does he all of a sudden have a strange accent? He didn't have that before. What's up with that? Okay, I think I'm ready. I erased enough that I could see where I want to go. And enough is gone that when I draw with Sharpie, you won't see it. So let's welcome everybody that skipped and get going. Welcome, skippers. Welcome to the Sharpie portion of the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, as I do a different drawing every day. You can join along and have some fun. I'm going to be using a Sharpie fine point and a Sharpie pen. Mostly the fine point, but the pen's a little finer than the fine point. You can find things that the fine point can't quite find. I've sketched the entire thing out. I've erased a majority of the sketch lines, and I'm just looking at some pictures just to make sure I get it close enough, because there's not a lot of pictures of this guy. Alright, so I think I got enough to get going. That looks about right. So I'm going to start with the Sharpie pen, because I can control the line width much better, and I just want tiny little details real fast. So it's not going to be perfect, so I'm not too worried about it, but I'm going to try. So I'm going to go ahead and start with his head. I'm going to go draw the top of his head real fast, just to start me out. And kind of place it where I want it. That looks good. I can live with that. Do one more at the top. I'm going to try to go parallel to this line. And what's funny is I'm just going to end up coloring that in, but for some reason I wanted it open like that. I don't know. I just feel like I need it. For his eyes, let's see. And forgive me if I don't get this 100% right. This is a request, and so I'm not familiar with this guy. So I'm trying to find pictures. Okay, let's go. I'm trying to find pictures to try and get it right. So like I said, forgive me if it's not 100%. but that's all I can do, my best. And it looks like there's a couple of times where there's like a little line underneath, so let's do it. Let's do another line underneath. Just to accent those eyes. Boom, shakalaka. All right, so let's see. Now I'm going to draw basically the rough features of his mask. And it comes in a little bit and comes down. On this side, let's see. Let's draw the ear. Something like this. I know it's not 100% right, but again, I'm just trying to get as close as I can for a trooper look, right? And, oh yeah, and I'm going to start to thicken up these outer edges too, because when I switch over to this Sharpie, you're going to see a huge difference in line width. So I'm trying to capture kind of what that is. Okay, so let's see. This is going to come in like this. I'm going to come down. And then it's got it's hard to describe, so I'm just going to draw it and then you'll see what I'm talking about. So it's got like an inner indentation like this. It's got the inner side like that, and then it's kind of roundish here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to come down here and show you this part. That's that rounded part right there. So I'm going to do the same thing over here. And I know it's very odd on this side because that's indented, because this is forward, you're seeing certain parts better than you can other parts. That's kind of the whole idea of different angles. So you can see like that back there, but like I said, because of the angle, you almost can't. And I kind of wanted to stress that this part sticks out more than that bottom part. So that's kind of the whole point that I was going for. Let's see, he does have his little, I want to call them teeth spikes. They're not, I know, I get it, they're not teeth spikes. But for some reason, I felt like saying that. So something like that. There are the little, and that's why I want to say it, the little teeth spikes on his mask, but I'm going to do that with color. I'm not going to do that right here. I'm just basically drawing the shapes. Okay? So, this is going to come down. I'm trying to find a better picture. This is going to come down and go around this edge. Like that. And you can kind of see a back end, but I'm not really going to show much of it like that. Okay? There we go. That kind of gets the whole shape of the face. Like I said, the rest of it I want to do, I want to curve that around, but I'm going to do that with color. I will do this. Some of this stuff, it would look better with color. That's why I'm not doing every single little line. All right, so let's do his head. I'm going to draw his little mohawk first, just so I get a shape of his head. Again, I just want to get a certain look to it, and I want to make sure I get parts right. Here we go. And remember, you don't have to draw it thicker like I'm doing. I'm just doing that because I know how this is going to look. So that's why I was doing that. All right, so anything else we're going to do with color. Now let's try to build on his design here. Now he's got a strap holding on his little pauldron over here. So let's draw something like this. Then a pauldron, and then under the strap is where it's going to attach, like that. I always tell you to draw what's in front first, and so we probably should have done this arm first, but the reason I wanted to do that is because, again, this strap goes across, draw a little buckle on it, and attaches down here in his belt. Okay, in the belt, we'll do that in a second. We'll see, there's another strap over here, come down, And then because it's in there, you can't really see it as much. And then it picks right back up here. Okay? Awesome. So now I've got them in front, and I make sure I am not going to draw through them when I draw his body. That was the whole point. Like that. Okay? Let's see. Something like that. Okay, so now it's because I want to draw his armor. Okay, so for his armor, I'm going to come down here, draw the front of it, draw the little shoulder piece over here, armpit, and then we're going to draw the back going into his waist. Right now, it goes across like this, and that's why, like I said, that's why I wanted to do that first. Now I've got him leaning back a little bit too. That's why it's so far forward. I know it looks strange right now because it's like jutting forward, but his whole body is, he's leaning his top half back like that. So that's kind of the idea of why it's designed, or why I did it this way. All right. So there you go. So that's his chest part, and then let's see. There's his strap holding the top part, the armor. Okay, that's all black, so I'm not worried about that in there. So I'm going to draw his shoulder. Now he's holding his gun up. So shoulder, like this. But again, we're drawing what's in front first. So forearms first, bicep, shoulder. So let me go ahead and do the forearm so you can see where we are. This, then you can only see this much of the elbow. Now I can do the bicep. And see, this is the whole point, is because I wanted it in front of that shoulder piece, like that. So it's not over it, but the angle that we're at, that's all we can see of it. So that's why I wanted to draw it up there first. Now, it's just armor, so there's not a lot I can really do. But I can do something like this. Same thing with this. A lot of times with their armor, there's not a lot you can do. You know, it's all about, what do you call it? Smooth armor, you know? And I'm just giving it some texture. All that's going to be black inside there anyway, but I imagine like that's a strap holding that one on. That's why I did that. But also, see how thick that is versus that? That's what I was talking about, how I wanted to try to make it just a little thicker, just to try to match up to how that looks, because I like to make it consistent. So again, if you're working with pencil, you don't have to do this. I just like doing it just to try to match. To make it look consistent, you know? It helps you when you're looking at it too. Okay, so for his hand, he's holding his pistol, but we're looking at the back of his hand, basically like this. So I'm going to draw the little protector armor piece he's got, like that, which is pretty much the most of that we can really see. Back of the hand, but then you see the gun, and then the fingers going across. Now, again, we can't see that much anyway, so I'm not too worried about these details. Because, again, you really can't see as much anyway. Okay, so for the gun, I'm going to draw... I'm just going to do it by hand. I'm not too worried about this being exact, because it's a laser pistol, right? And in so many words, it's all made up, you know? But I am trying to make it, you know, consistent. And there you go. Awesome. All right. So, again, like I said, I've got him leaning back. So let me show you real fast. Let me draw at least his belt, and you can see where we are. And you know they've got those big old, look at me, I've got a ton of packs on to carry my my batteries, my snack pack, my juice box, you know, stuff like that. So basically I'm just drawing a bunch of rectangles, you know. Alright, so now that I've got that established, I can actually put those lines in there and show you that I had him leaning back. So basically I'm going to do his middle like that. So now you can see how he's leaning back, but his head is a little turned. So that's why he's in that position right there. So I can't do much with the straps because A, they're going to be colored black anyway. And B, because it's just strap. I'm going to try to throw a little bit of detail into his belt at least. That way we got something, right? But that's kind of the downside to troopers. Everybody wants them, everybody wants to see them, but they're kind of, they lack detail, you know? So it's kind of unfortunate, but that's what you guys want to see. So there you go, a little bit of detail for that. So now that I've drawn all that in front, I can draw the rest of his arm here. And this arm's just hanging down, just coming down here. So let's draw that specials pauldron that he's got over here, that little tiny one. I don't know why he chose the smaller one when he switched outfits. I don't know much about this one, honestly. This is a request, so I'm just kind of joking around how this is a phase 2 pauldron, but it's smaller than his other one. So I don't know. If you ask me, I'd want the bigger one to protect myself. But you know, armor doesn't really help him, does it? If you guys watch the latest Mandalorian, yeah, it just got smashed apart by. You watch it. I'm not going to tell you. But yeah, that armor didn't last. Elbow. I've got this funny theory that whoever makes the armor and the weapons for the Empire, they're secretly kind of like the guy who designed the Death Star, that there's a flaw in them, and that's why they all fall apart. That's why the guns don't work. It's like, yeah, I'll make your stuff, and then secretly he hates them, so he's always making it defective. You know, their guns never fire about straight, and their armor is falling apart. You can't see, you know, so secretly he's designed all this stuff so they fail. That's my fun little secret story. Alright, so his hand, we're just going to do one of these. He's kind of in a fighting position. So it's just kind of out here like this. Draw the thumb. And again, mostly it's going to be black anyway, so I'm not too worried about a lot of detail. Just kind of capturing the look of the hand. Kind of, I wanted to say stressed out, but it's not really, it's stressed out. In distress, that he's just kind of doing one of these in the middle of a fight, you know, something like that. But I will add a little bit of detail. Let's add something like this just to show that it's, you know, a glove. You know, just a little bit of detail. Again, it's going to be colored black anyway, so I'm not too worried about that. Alright, so armor down. Doesn't look like there's anything too crazy with his armor on the way down. Just regular legs with just colored knee pads. I'm going by, I don't have a lot of pictures to go by. That's what's really tricky. Alright. Okay, looks good. Let's just draw some armor. Trying to find a good one. Hang on. Just a reference is all I really want. Okay, leg down. This. And then I'm going to draw his knee pad right now so I don't accidentally draw through it. So something like that. Let's do them both at the same time. Let's get over here and do this side. So I'm going to draw his crotch piece like this. This armor over here. Oh, and he does have a gun holster. I'm gonna kind of put that on top. Draw the leg underneath it. Knee pad. And then leg back. Okay, so now I'm going to do the knee. I'll add some detail in a second. I'm going to draw the leg armor. Let's do this one too. Pretty simple leg armor, and that's why I was saying that it's unfortunate that a lot of times when we're drawing armor, there's not a lot to it. It's just, you know, flat pieces. But with coloring and stuff like that, we'll make it fun. We'll try to do something awesome to it. Okay, just the front of the foot. And then this one kind of pointed at you. So we'll draw this part that's kind of over. That'll help us also in the positioning. Something like that. And again, a little bit of detail here. And this is one thing we can do, is add some highlight, I guess, so to speak. So it's almost like an armor design. Again, a highlight, you know, something like that. But again, there's not much we can really do because it's trooper armor. Let's see. So yeah, just little stuff like this is all I can really do. I mean, why not, right? It kind of gives it some extra life. So there you go. I say we take care of the rest with color. So that is Captain Fordo from Phase 2 from Star Wars.
So here's how I colored it. Tell me what you think in the comments below, or show me what you did in our Discord group. Just have fun and make it your own, because remember, this is how I draw. You draw how you draw, and we'll meet somewhere in between. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more adventures on How I Draw. Plus, don't forget to hit that notification button for new videos.